After Event 13 Time Trial, where we saw our first teams get knocked out of championship contention, as well as seeing Team Chroma extend their lead, now it's time for Event 14, the Triathlon. Here, these teams will be tested on 3 different skill sets. First, a sprint section at the beginning, and then a Marble Genius section, and then at the very end, a water section. Water, despite the season being hosted by the Sea Serpents, this is a first appearance of water throughout this entire season, and we have Savage Speeders Fan 1 here in the committee run for the first time, and they will win with Team Chroma, Supernovas, Balls of Goo, and Exotic Emeralds in the first heat. They're off, and it looks like it'll be Team Chroma and Supernovas doing well at the beginning, but Team Chroma gets hung up, and Exotic Emeralds take the lead, and they will win this heat, along with the Supernovas also advancing with them. Team Chroma are championship leaders, knocked out in the heats. This means that they will get a bottom half finish, which the Wicked Wolves or some other teams could potentially capitalize off of that, as well as Balls of Goo with a terrible time of 1084. Frostbite Fires, Pyromaniacs, Bronze Bengals, and Shell Shockers now in the second heat, and they're off. Pyromaniacs getting 2 silvers in a row, I think, in the past 2 events, but they will not advance here. Instead, it will be the Shell Shockers and Bronze Bengals. Frostbite Fires also being knocked out. Another championship contender here. Very disappointing for them to be knocked out this early, as well as the Pyromaniacs. But the Shell Shockers and Bronze Bengals could potentially catch up to the rest of the pack with this advancement. Wicked Wolves, Supersonic Spears, Science Sprinters, and Sea Serpents now. Sea Serpents still have yet to get a medal despite being this season's host. And they're off to a good start, but it looks like Supersonic Spears will take it and Wicked Wolves will advance. This could be huge for them. Wicked Wolves advancing. They could potentially make some ground up on Team Chroma. We'll have to see if they will be able to do it here by getting a good finish. And you could see their Supersonic Speeders just barely getting ahead of the Sea Serpents at the end of the Marble Genius section, and Sea Serpents with a disappointing bottom half finish. Lizard Leapers, Team Antarctic, Blackout Ninjas, and Manic Monarchs now. And Manic Monarchs off to a good start, as well as the Blackout Ninjas. Where are the Lizard Leapers and Team Antarctic? Oh, and they both got stuck in the same spot at the start of the maze in the Marble Genius section. Unfortunate for them, both getting DNFs. They will be guaranteed the bottom 2 in this event. 2 teams very high up there. Championship contenders. This will not be good for them at all. We'll have to see how that plays out for them. And Pyromaniacs in 9th, getting best of the rest. Sea Serpents also up there. Team Chroma crucially in 11th. We'll have to see what the Wicked Wolves can do about that. Lizard Leapers and Team Antarctic, of course, taking the bottom 2, which is very disappointing for both of them. Exotic Emeralds, Supernovas, Shell Shockers, and Bronze Bengals in the first semifinal. Exotic Emeralds, could they get back-to-back medals here if they advance? It's looking good at the start, and it looks like they might take it. Bronze Bengals also up there. But what happened to the Exotic Emeralds? The Exotic Emeralds just short of the finish line will get stuck, and so will the Shell Shockers there, you can see. Exotic Emeralds, what happened to them? We'll have to look at the replay. It seems that they just stalled at the very end before the finish line. Maybe they got blocked by the Bronze Bengals, but they weren't able to finish, so Supernovas, they will be taking advancement to the final. And now, semifinal 2, with Wicked Wolves, Supersonic Spears, Manic Monarchs, and Blackout Ninjas. They're off. It looks to be Manic Monarchs and Blackout Ninjas out to a lead. Supersonic Speeders. The Wicked Wolves are stuck. Wicked Wolves are stuck in the funnel. We'll have to see what happened to them. Wicked Wolves, if they get stuck, yeah, you can see there they got hung up there in the funnel. That is very unfortunate for them. They won't be able to make much ground on Team Chroma, but at least it will be some, but that is still disappointing. Manic Monarchs and Supersonic Speeders will move on. Could Manic Monarchs get their first medal? We'll have to see. And Wicked Wolves only in 8th. That is not at all good for them. Blackout Ninjas, though, with 5th. That is pretty good for them, considering how they've been doing pretty poor the past few events. Exotic Emeralds and Shell Shockers also up there. Now the final. Bronze Bengals, Supernovas, Supersonic Speeders, and Manic Monarchs. A lot of orange in this heat. And it's the Supersonic Spears out to the lead. Manic Monarchs also there. Manic Monarchs, they will get their first ever medal in this event. Well, not first ever medal, but first medal of the season. That is great for them. They really needed that, considering how they're currently in 14th, I think. Bronze Bengals, though, they will do the same thing as the Wicked Wolves. They got stuck there in the funnel. And because the same thing happened to both the Wicked Wolves and Bronze Bengals, it looks like they will both be getting 2 consolation points. Supersonic Spears, Manic Monarchs, and Supernovas on the podium. Supernovas, crucially, have not gotten a medal in quite some time. So that'll be good for them as well. Supersonic Speeders, a championship contender, getting the gold, though, is crucial, and they will jump up into 3rd. And now it's only the entire top 6, Team Chroma, Wicked Wolves, Supersonic Speeders, Frostbite Flyers, Lizard Leapers, and Pyromaniacs who can win. The bottom 3 cannot podium. We'll see you next time for Event 15 Collision.